up. If you're 6, you have dive to quarterback. If you're 7, you have quarterback to pitch. So this guy's sitting out here on air, and we was telling him he's a 6 technique, and here comes the option, and there he goes. Okay, you're a 7 technique. Okay, now I'm sweating the quarterback. Now I got you, coach. So we play an air 7 off the edge here. And like I said, we'll put that guy in a slight tilt and key the hip of that tackle. Let me show you this drill tape real quick. And hopefully, you know, ooh, man. Can somebody dim those? Uh-oh. Hit the lights back there. We probably can get a little bit better view of it. We do an agility drill to start every practice, working on our athleticism. And we're just doing high knees, coming over the bags, 2 in the hole, and we start every practice this way. Because I mean, it's hard to make a person an athlete, but you can enhance what little athleticism they have. So our cut drill, you know, at the Division I level, they can cut you anywhere on the field. A lot of high school guys come in, first day in full pass, they land on their face trying to figure out what happened. We'll get our hands, hat down on the hands on the hat. I always tell our guys, if you kill a head, the body will die, so we will compress that hat into the ground. Also works on the hip flexibility, making them get their knees bent, get their hips down. This is our 3-bag molly. There's a lot of trash on the line of scrimmage. We want to be able to step over people, do whatever we need to do to pursue the ball. Also helps us with our ankle injuries. Good change of direction drill.
Step on the 3 bags sideways, change direction back.
Now normally we do this with 2 bags facing each other, and it's a race. So those guys are busting their butt. You can see who the athletes are. Got those guys that come out of that last bag, take that big old bucket step, hard for them to get restarted. Okay, one thing I always do, we always do our get-offs and shoots. We want to be flat back, we want to have leverage, and it enforces it. That's all those shoots are doing, just enforcing, coming off of the ball, flat back. As you notice, when they come through, we change direction. Football is a sideline-to-sideline game. We don't want to just run straight up the field. We don't play that way. We play down the line of scrimmage. So as soon as they clear those shoots, which simulates being in the neutral zone, we're going to break one way or the other. Okay, this is from the back angle. Looking to see if their knees are bent, ankles are bent. And like I said, I don't care if they're 6'6", 6'5", 6'3". We're going to ball ourselves up so we have leverage in our pre-snap alignment. Now we're working on the step stunt. Gap exchange. 45-degree step. Change direction. And everything we do, there's that ball on the stick I was telling you about. Okay, this is our separation drill. Talk about components. Most of the time when we separate from a block, we're in a 2-point position. So we try to practice doing that. We'll get our elbows in tight. We want to separate, lock out. Not really concerned about the steps here. More concerned about the upper body and the separation. Pressing yourself off of the sled. Now the little cross on there is supposed to be where their eyes are. Some of the bigger guys, he's 6'6", he has a tough time bending a little bit. Winding up too much. He'll get punched in the chest every time. Or shoot right from the holster, right from the hips. Now this sled gives pretty good resistance, so it's some work to get that thing to recoil back. We got it up against that brick wall. We're gonna make it as hard on them as we can. We'll see those elbows in tight, those thumbs up, and separate from the block. A lot of the things you do as a defensive lineman aren't natural things, so I think you have to enforce it by making them practice it. Now we're concerned with the steps. We want to get 2 steps on the ground and punch. Drop our hips down, separate from the bag.
7 days on sled, 2 steps, punch out, hold.
Okay, we talked about the quick hands. This is more of a reaction drill. I mean, we're trying to get a good pop in there, but I want to see them hands. When that ball moves, I want to see them hands flinching.
Quick hands from ground to the sled, short side.
I think we jumped off sides 4 times this year. This is our Bruin drill. Now, like I told you before, we play a half man, so this drill isn't conducive to what we do in the game, but it's a great opportunity to get guys off the ball, snapping their hips, separating. Now the backs cheat. They're supposed to run to a cone, they're juking and doing all that other stuff. All I'm looking for is the initial step off of the ball and the initial strike. Right there, that's what we're looking for. Snap those hips, punch that guy in the chest, get him back on his heels. And then when we get pissed off, we tackle a guy. Separate. Hand placement. This is about hand placement in hips. You see all these guys, you see they got the hands inside and they're in a position of control. This is supposed to be an offensive drill, but we just won't settle for that. When we get in this drill, we're going to compete with their butts. Our goal is not to give any ground. As you can see, we're trying to play on that line of scrimmage. This is our triangle drill. It's 5-on-2. Who cares? If you're a defensive tackle, you better be a tough butt and get in there and get it mixed up. I don't care how many blockers they got. Here's the tilt we were talking about. There's the cross hat right there. A double team right here. Flatten it down, stay in the gap. That's the zone play when everybody starts running sideways. Like I said, all we want to do is penetrate and get this thing going backwards up the field. It's a tackle for a 3-yard loss. Even though he got reached, he's in a position where he's still in control. Okay, great job here. Getting the hands on the man, separating. Come off of the ball. Boom. If he wants short set on us, we're going to go ahead and try to put him in the quarterback's lap. Okay, I put this one on here. He's dead wrong on this double team. He should never let that guy escape off of that.
Those daily drills that you always go over, how much time do you have scripted for your individual work?
Well, we normally get about 20, 25 minutes. And I know it's hard when you got guys going both ways and everything, but some of the drills you do with the defensive linemen are conducive to what you do with the offensive linemen, so, I mean, you can kind of shortcut it that way. You know, I think coming out of the chutes is an effective drill for offense or defensive linemen. You know, the hand thing, so, you know, I don't know what kind of blocking scheme you teach. You know, our guys still like to rip through on his own play. But there's a lot of drills I think you can incorporate where you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But we normally get about 25 minutes, but we're going. I mean, by the time individual's over with, I give them a little break. You know, we'll go have some Kool-Aid or something. Head coach trying to figure out what we're doing over there. Because we try to go tempo. Another thing I try to do, I try to pace my guys like a play. We're doing a drill, okay, we said average play is 6 seconds. When that guy's going, he best be busting his butt for 6 seconds. Then I give him a blow. By the time we rotate around, it's simulating, you know, the time of a play and the time in between. Now, we're supposed to be going to a 45-second clock next year, so that'll speed the game up some. So we're going to speed practice up some. I think we're supposed to be taking it back.